What's it like this morning in Venezuela?
Oh God, yes. Yeah. Because last night, Tuesday night, it was all about who's going to get the playoff spot, and it could be Venezuela and it could be Brazil. All the other qualifiers were sorted out. So Argentina qualified by a street, and Ecuador and Brazil had already joined them. And then on Thursday, what was the expression you used, Joe? Punched their ticket. Yeah. On Thursday, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Colombia punched their ticket. So what we had left on Tuesday was who's going to get the playoff spot, and it was either Venezuela or it was Bolivia. And the ball's in Venezuela's court because if they beat Colombia, they're in. And there's a hope maybe that Colombia have, after qualifying on Thursday, have been on the fizzy pop. So maybe that's gonna help them over the line. Bolivia, if Venezuela don't win, Bolivia can win, can claim that place by beating Brazil. At the extreme altitude, they don't play at La Paz anymore. They play above La Paz, El Alto, where the airport is 4,100 meters above sea level. It's very, very difficult for unacclimatized opponents. Well, that was a tight game, and Bolivia won it on a VAR penalty that's a little bit iffy. Plenty in Brazil said, yeah, it probably was a penalty. It's the kind of penalty you get in Brazil, but you probably wouldn't get it in Europe. So it's all up to Venezuela. And Venezuela start off, they're 1-up after 3 minutes. They're 2-1 up after 12 minutes. They're unbeaten at home. It's been a terrific home record. But the pressure of, the gates of paradise are there. And winning is hard, I think. If you're not used to it, winning is really, really hard. And they were unable to keep that balance between attack and defence when Colombia made it 2-2, and they just got picked up off the break. They ended up. It sounds like a score for the first set because they ended up losing 6-3. But unfortunately, it's the only set. It's a game of one set. So Venezuela are out, and four players and Big Rondon. The centre forward, their all-time top goal scorer, a former Premier League player. And that's
Playing
it for
in La
him
Liga.
now. Yeah, yes, back in La Liga now. That's it for him. That's it, and I think he's been a little. He did score one last night, but he's not quite what he was, and he's not going to be around in 4 years' time. I think it's hard to see. Right. They've still got players there coming through. And a few years ago, they got through to the final of the Under-20 World Cup when they lost to England, and that generation are still coming through. But that was such a huge disappointment. They didn't win a single game away from home, and that's something that they have to look at. They were unbeaten at home until last night, and I think the pressure of victory was just too much for them. It's too much. So yes, that was just watching the players, especially the older players on the field. At the end when the final whistle has just gone in the Brazil-Bolivia game, and it's all that was. That was hard. Yeah. But you always suspected with the expansion that Bolivia would pick up enough points at home to get in. Amazingly, because Bolivia lost 8 of their 9 away games. Amazingly, they managed to win in Chile. And it's those 3 points they won in Chile that have tipped the balance and got them over the line.
Yep.
Yeah, you're watching the Global Soccer Initiative. Brazilian Shirt Name Podcast is what we call our pod. You can join in. It's interactive. So if you feel like joining in, do go to the comments section and click on the link there and come and join us live.